Jaylen Brown is done being overlooked. The reigning Finals MVP is fed up with being treated like a supporting act in Boston, and he's making that frustration known. Jaylen was the one who stepped up when Jason Tatum went down with an Achilles injury late in the 2024-25 season. He didn't just hold things together, he took over. And let's not forget, when the 2024 Finals wrapped up and everyone assumed Tatum would walk away with the MVP trophy, it was Brown who earned it. He locked down Luka Doncic on the defensive end, held his own offensively, and delivered when it mattered most. But even after all that, Brown couldn't escape the criticism. The narrative around him being not marketable kept circulating, and it's not hard to see why that narrative exists. Brown speaks his mind. He's well-educated, thoughtful, and holds views that don't always sit comfortably with the mainstream sports media machine. He doesn't play the game of saying what people want to hear just to stay in their good graces. That's exactly the angle Stephen A. Smith ran with, claiming, based on unnamed sources, that Brown simply isn't a marketable figure. Brown didn't let it slide. He hit back publicly, demanding Stephen A. name those sources directly. Rather than let it escalate online, the two actually sat down face-to-face and worked through it, a rare moment of accountability in a media landscape that usually avoids it.
Brown, it's not so much that he's underrated, it's that he's just not liked because of his quote, "I am better than you" attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he is not as marketable as he should be. That's what an NBA source just sent me. I don't know that to be the case. I like Jaylen Brown. I know a lot of people that like Jaylen Brown.
And I know you see the shirt.
That's right. State your source. State your source.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna get into all of that.
For sure.
No question.
And honestly, I wore this shirt because this is where I wanted to start the conversation.
Okay.
Get into it. And to be honest,
pull the mic closer to you, so I want to make sure the audience hears you. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I think it's deeper than rap.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's bigger than both
Mm-hmm.
you and I. Obviously, your credentials are through the roof. Covering AI to First Take being the #1 show, and now taking the world by storm with your new podcast. Mm-hmm. So I wore this shirt, but I honestly, I know just because of your credentials that you're never going to reveal the sources, because you abide by something called journalistic integrity.
On top of all that, Brown has been getting into streaming lately, and he's not alone. A lot of athletes and entertainers have been building their own platforms recently, and honestly, it makes all the sense in the world. Why let someone else shape your story and get paid from your name when you can tell it yourself? The money probably isn't even the main motivation. It's about having a direct line to your audience. No filters, no middlemen, no spin. When false narratives start circulating, whether it's that you're not analytically sound, not a team player, or not marketable, you can address them head-on, in your own words, on your own platform. You're seeing this shift happen across the board. Athletes, entertainers, everybody's got a podcast or a stream now. And look, as someone who covers this space, I'm not going to pretend it doesn't make things a little more competitive. These guys used to be my content. Now they're creating their own. Can't be mad at the move, though. That's just smart business and smarter self-advocacy. But back to Brown specifically, he's been using his stream to fire back at Stephen A. Smith directly. Whatever Stephen A. puts out there about him, Brown has been responding to it in real time, on his own terms, through his own platform. He's not waiting for a sit-down interview or hoping someone else defends him. He's handling it himself.
Saying is the first order of business is that he needs to be quiet and big.
Let me stop right there. Did he just say I needed to be quiet? Be quiet for who? Man, Stephen A. Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. My offer still stands. You want me to be quiet and stop streaming? Well, I want you to be quiet and get off these networks, because you're not using your platform to do real journalism. You're using your platform to use clickbait.
And then Brown just came right out and said it. I'm the best player in the league. Deal with it. Bold claim. Will there be backlash? Probably. He's already being mentioned in trade rumors this offseason, so the tension around his future in Boston is very real. But Brown is clearly at a point where he's tired of biting his tongue while everyone else says whatever they want about him. So he said his piece, and now we wait to see how it plays out. Here's the thing, though. When you refuse to play the corporate game, there are consequences. Doesn't matter how much money you have. We saw it with Kyrie Irving a few years back when he shared content that was widely criticized as being harmful toward a specific community. That situation cost him endorsements, his reputation took a serious hit, and the league came down hard. Brown isn't in that exact same situation, but the parallel is clear. When you step outside the lines of what's considered acceptable in the eyes of the media and the business machine, you pay a price. And what makes Brown's situation interesting is that it speaks to something bigger than the money. The man is on a max contract. Financially, he's set. But his dignity, his principles, and his sense of self are clearly non-negotiable, and that's what's driving all of this. So we'll see where things go from here. Keep it locked and drop your thoughts in the comments. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, Second Take. We out.
Let's try Jason Tatum. Let's try. We get Jason Tatum.
I didn't get on his ass anyway.
No, hold on. I
was like, I hate the braids.
Let me see. I think that's the right number. Yeah, you got a lot of numbers. Hold on. I don't even know if that's the right one. Hold on, let me see. I gotta look at. Yo, JT picked up! Yo. We on air, bro. We on air. We do the Jaylen Brown test. JT picked up.
Y'all niggas bogus as hell. Y'all bogus as hell.
Yo, don't say that crazy on air. B here said.
I said I hate them
braids.
braids. You still my nigga though.
He said what?
He hates your braids, but you still his guy.
Yeah, he lucky I don't air. I can't see it. I really.
All right, we'll have to get off the show. We'll call you back. I see you in the gym, boy. Good luck.
All right.
Oh, we lit.
That's hard.
Better teammate.
That's hard.
Yahoo Sports Reports. No, I'm joking, bro. Oh, man. He did call him late as hell, though.
That's funny.
Jaylen Brown, for those who don't follow sports, is one half of the star duo in Boston that helped bring the franchise a championship a couple of years ago. He even won Finals MVP. Now, a lot of people would still say Jason Tatum is the bigger star because of his all-NBA selections and overall profile, but Jaylen Brown absolutely does his thing. Then the Olympics came around. Jaylen Brown was left off Team USA, while Jason Tatum made the roster, even though he barely played. That was already a strange situation. But what made it even more confusing was that Jaylen, the reigning Finals MVP, still wasn't added to the team, even after injuries opened up roster spots. Then, Stephen A. Smith said he had a confidential source claiming that Jaylen Brown simply wasn't considered marketable. So what does that really mean? Basically, people took it as saying he's too outspoken, too authentic, or too willing to speak his mind. Keep in mind, Jaylen Brown is highly educated, attended Berkeley, has business ventures of his own, speaks extremely well, and has never been afraid to discuss cultural or political issues publicly. We all know that advertisers and major marketing campaigns don't always embrace that. But when Jaylen brought those concerns up, people acted like he was making it all up, like it was some imaginary excuse that didn't actually exist. Fast forward to now, and he goes on a podcast. During the show, he starts calling some of his teammates. Maybe it was late, maybe that's why nobody answered. Then they called Jeff Teague. Even though Jeff isn't in the NBA anymore, he's built one of the biggest basketball podcasts around with the 520 podcast. Man, Jeff Teague is hilarious if you've never checked him out. His NBA stories about LeBron and everybody else are legendary. Dude really has a gift for storytelling. Anyway, he calls Jason Tatum. JT answers the phone, and y'all saw how that whole interaction played out. At this point, it feels like there's more to the story than just a conspiracy theory. You even heard Jaylen Brown say, "I think it's deeper than rap. I think it's bigger than me and you."
The good thing for Jaylen is that he's not hurting financially. I honestly don't think he's chasing fame or attention like that. He's kind of similar to Kendrick in that sense, but that doesn't mean it doesn't bother him if he's not getting the recognition he feels he's earned because of a certain narrative. I don't think he's begging for praise, but when you're receiving less appreciation than you deserve, it's only natural for that to affect you a little. So yeah, it's a crazy situation, man. Funny in some ways, but also disappointing at the same time. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments.
Saying is the first order of business is that he needs to be quiet and like big.
Let me stop right there. Did he just say I needed to be quiet? Be quiet for who? Man, Stephen A, Stephen B,